Welcome all my dear students. I am Vidubhushan Naik, the physics teacher. This is going to be lecture 6 on units and dimensions. In lecture 5, we discussed how to find out the dimensions of certain physical quantities related to mechanics part of the physics, like force, momentum, impulse, frequency, then acceleration, etc. We just found out all those dimensions of physical quantities related to mechanics part of physics, and those dimensions were basically found out in terms of mass, length and time. You know, in mechanics, all the physical quantities are expressed in terms of mass, length and time. There is no other fundamental quantities required in the mechanics. In today's lecture, we'll study how to find out the dimensions of physical quantities related to electricity and magnetism part of physics, as well as the heat and thermodynamics part of physics. Some quantities for dimensions of some quantities will be found out in today's lecture. Guys, we have just entered the class 11, and those who are preparing for IIT JEE must memorize certain formulas so that you will be able to find out their dimensions. Let's get started. But before starting, I must say one thing to all of you. Please do subscribe to this channel, like it and share it to your friends, so that knowledge is disseminated to different parts of the country, so that each and every student gets benefited out of this, especially when the entire nation is in the passing through a pandemic period and the students are struggling to continue their preparation for IIT JEE 2021, as well as those who are in the class 11 just have completed their 10th and just entered into their 11th. So let's get started. First, we must find out the dimensions of physical quantities related to heat and thermodynamics part. Heat and thermodynamics part. Like, you know, there is a term called specific heat. You know, when body is of mass m, and if its specific heat is S, and if you want to increase the body's temperature by delta theta, then the amount of heat required is equal to Q is equal to ms delta theta. These are going to be studied in the heat and thermodynamics part. But you know, if the mass of the body is m and its specific heat is S, and delta theta is the temperature increase, if you want to increase the temperature of the body by delta theta, then you have to give heat that is ms delta theta, from which we can find out the S. S is specific heat. It is a property of substance. So specific heat comes out to be Q divided by m into delta theta. So we can find out the dimensions of specific heat like this. Dimension of specific heat is equal to Q divided by dimension of m and dimension of delta theta. You see, Q heat is a form of energy. So whatever is the dimension of energy, we have to write it here. You know, in the last class we found out the dimension of energy, which is mL2 T to the power minus 2 divided by, for mass we have to write m. And you know, for temperature we can either write K or theta, whatever you may want to write. Suppose we write theta for temperature, but in SI system the unit of temperature is always Kelvin. For unit you have to definitely write K, but for dimension you may either write K or theta. So that will be specific heat. The dimension of specific heat will become that cancels out. That remains is L2 T minus 2 theta to the power minus 1, because theta is in the denominator part. So that's why the power of theta will be minus 1. So for completely writing the dimension, we may add another term. Of course, there is no term m. So we have to write it in the form m to the power 0. This is the dimension of specific heat. Specific heat. And its unit will be joule per kg Kelvin or kilojoule per kg Kelvin. Whatever you may want to write. This is specific heat. Another term which is used in heat and thermodynamics, suppose, is coefficient of thermal conductivity. Thermal conductivity. That is denoted mostly by K. It is also a property of material. So coefficient of thermal conductivity, according to Fourier's law of heat conduction, Q is equal to minus Ka dt upon dx, where K is the thermal conductivity and A is the area. dt by dx is known as temperature gradient, which you are going to study later during studying temperature gradient. Later during studying heat and thermodynamics, you will be studying about temperature gradient. You know, temperature gradient is always negative. So for finding out the dimensions of coefficient of thermal conductivity, K, dimension of K will be from that equation we can get it. You know, here Q is not heat energy, actually it is rate of heat flow. Rate of heat flow. Heat flow. You know, heat is a form of energy. So energy, unit of energy is joule, but unit of this quantity will be watt, because joule per second, that will be watt. So its dimension will be, the dimension of energy is this much, but this is rate of heat flow. So we have to divide it by time, another time. Then here it is A is here area. So its dimension will be L square. dt T for temperature, dx for length. Temperature, for temperature we can write theta, and for length we can write L. So what is the dimension of thermal conductivity now? We can find it out from here. So ml2 T to the power minus 2 divided by T. It becomes ml2 T to the power minus 3 divided, and this L also goes to the numerator. This becomes L square theta. L square theta. So now it becomes ml3 T to the power minus 3 divided by L2 theta. So it becomes ml T to the power minus 3 theta to the power minus 1. So this is for thermal conductivity. Theta for temperature, T for time. So this is how the quantities relating to heat and thermodynamics part. The dimensions are expressed in terms of mass, length, time and temperature. For temperature we may use either theta or Kelvin. So now we'll find out dimensions of certain physical quantities relating to electricity and magnetism part. Just like you know, for current SI unit is ampere and symbol is A, and for writing out the dimensions of current, it is you just simply write capital A. This is the dimension of current. So if you want to find out the dimensions of electric potential, which is usually denoted by V. You know, V is equal to W by Q. V is equal to W by Q. W is work done and Q is charge. That means work done, so dimension of V will be work done, the dimension of work done is ml2 t to the power minus 2. We have already studied how to find out the dimension and you have to memorize their dimensions. We have already calculated or found out in the lecture number 5, and those who have missed out that video must watch that video to find out how the dimension of W is ml2 t to the power minus 2 divided by the dimension of Q. Q charge is equal to current into time. Charge is equal to current into time. So dimension of charge will be AT. So now the dimension of electric potential unit is volt. Unit is volt, and its dimension will be ml2 t to the power minus 3 ampere to the power minus 1 or A to the power minus 1. Although the quantities relating to electricity and magnetism part, the dimensions are expressed in terms of ml, T and A. Just like in heat and thermodynamics, dimensions of quantities relating to heat and thermodynamics are always expressed in terms of ml, T and theta or K. Theta and or K both are used for temperature. In this case, A is used for current. So this is for voltage. If you want to find out the dimension of resistance, suppose resistance, according to Ohm's law, electric resistance is equal to V upon I. Electric resistance is equal to V upon I. So if you want to find out its dimension, it will be dimension of resistance will be dimensions of voltage divided by dimension of current. So dimension of voltage we have just, or electric potential we have just calculated here. So we can find out the dimensions of resistance is equal to ml2 t to the power minus 3 a to the power minus 1 divided by A. So this becomes ml2 t to the power minus 3 a to the power minus 2. This is the dimension. M for mass, L for length, T for time, A for ampere. Suppose another quantity, that is capacitance. The unit of resistance is Ohm. Suppose capacitance. SI unit of capacitance is always farad. So if you want to find out the dimension of C, that will be C equal to Q by V. From that, dimension of C can also be found out. Once we find out the dimension, we have already found out the dimension of V and Q we have found out, so capacitance, dimension of capacitance can be found out as well from this equation. So this is all for this lecture.